Okay, welcome to the Jack Dempsey Ice Arena. I believe we're getting a little bit of a late start here. It's 2:45 right now. The game should be starting. However, the last few games maybe pushed us past our start times here at the Jack Dempsey Rink 2 Arena. There's 5 minutes up on the clock for the warm-ups. However, as you can see, the Zamboni is still out on the ice. We'll be broadcasting from the far end of the arena. We'll be hopefully we can get you a clear shot of that far end too. I'm not real 100% sure on that. We'll try. So round one play. Lions find themselves with a 1-0 record, beating the Valley Thunder this morning. This game happens to be against the Eagle River Blue Devils. Coach Adam Powell brings the Lions in against Coach Eunice and his Blue Devils. Blue Devils are going to North Dakota for a tournament earlier in the season. There's Kelly Merrick posting some posters up for the Blue Devils. Noble cheer squad over there in the far corner. Uncle Mike, Grandma Diane. Pretty good showing for the Fairbanks crowd. Parents, grandparents, etc., etc. Last trip down the ice for the Zamboni, I believe. Trip down yesterday for the Steers was beautiful. The sunshine most of the whole way. Mountains were out. They're now on the ice. Getting ready to set the nets. And we'll have warm-up underway here shortly. Rink 2 at the Jack Dempsey Ice Arena happens to be the cooler of the two rinks today. A little chilly over here. Net getting set at the far end. Zamboni is off the ice. Doors are getting ready to be shut. Officials are out there, so the players should be on the ice shortly, and that 5-minute clock for warm-up should start. We'll give you that update here in a second. Coach Merrick over on the Blue Devils bench. Setting sticks up. Officials go over to the timekeeper, and they let the Fairbanks Arctic Lions onto the ice. Out comes Rogers, Menard, Kais, Carson Steer, Roan, Chenard's out there, Corrigan. A couple players headed over the bench. That's Willis and Jarvis coming off the bench, and Noble stacking a stick up over there too. Still 5 minutes on the warm-up clock as the Blue Devils come out. Blue Devils in a new uniform. Looks like a gray and white and blue. There's Coach Adam Powell. And here comes Coach Dirk Menard. The water bottles. Say hi to everybody back home. Hey guys. Coach is heading over to the bench. Players getting ready for there's some pucks dumped out there. Now we'll see some shots on Menard. Clock's running, 4:24. And before the game clock gets set. Little back and forth between Noble and Willis. Carson firing on Menard. Steer and Jarvis over there doing a little puck battle. Some passing going on between hey, Arlen. Arlen Iojak walked by from his Iojak's son will play defense for the Blue Devils here today. Arlen happens to make the Twig Sticks, Alaska Twigs. They're pretty nice youth hockey sticks. I don't know that he makes them. I actually think he was a seller of them. Gets them produced over in foreign country somewhere, but they're nice sticks. Eli has a couple of them. Players moving over to one side. Looks like they're going to do a there and back. Get their blood flowing. About 2:50 left on the warm-up clock. It's kind of hard to see the clock today. It's at a bad angle here, so I'll have to keep you up to date on where we're at. You're fine. No, you're fine. I think that right here is that's about all. Yeah, you're good. Parent asking if they're in the way of the film here. I think we're all good. A little dead air here. I guess I could talk about this morning's game a little bit. For those of you, it's up on YouTube if you can find your way to that. That's HD quality. Should be good to browse and watch from through your home internet. Willis scored twice. One early on, put the Lions up 1-0, I believe. Lions were up 2-0. They won another Willis score. And then the Valley Thunder scored on a shot just up over Menard's shoulder this morning to put the score 2-1. And then the last score of the game came from a nice shot from Kais. Had a little bit of time in front of the goalie and found the upper left-hand corner, back of the net. And that was the final score, 3-1 this morning. Blue Devils today. Tomorrow morning we'll have the Oilers Saturday morning game and follow that up by the All-Stars tomorrow night. All-Stars just won their game against the Valley Thunder 4-0, maybe 5-0. I'm not sure what that final score was, but they played just before us here. I was sitting up. I don't know if they scored one more or not. It was 4-0 for a while there. So All-Stars over the Valley Thunder. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. How you doing? I'm doing good. You gotta get sit up here.
I'm gonna say hi.
That's all right. You can stay right here. That's no big deal. So we're live from back to Fairbanks on the top one. This one's kind of the HD down here. All right, looks like pucks are off the ice and the players moving in for.
I think I'm qualified to stand up here. My balance might be off.
I don't know, man. Ellie Eunice joining us here momentarily. Okay, starting lineup is Kais, who's in for the puck drop. Rogers on the right wing, Roan on the left. Kais pushes it forward, goes Roan, dumps it in and picked back up by Rogers. Rogers dumps and catches Roan offsides. There'll be a puck drop in the neutral zone. Far right side. Offensive side, though, for the... Oh, no, they're going to put it right back at center, I guess. Puck drop at center. Blue Devils in gray. Arctic Lions in black. Puck goes over to the far side. And that's Jarvis. Puck goes around Jarvis and dumped by the Blue Devils. That goes back. Menard stops it, leaves it. Eunice comes over off the back of the net, goes over to the far side. Puck fired in. Right in front of the net. Oh! Sent back out and Kais takes over. Kais moves out. Roan, cross ice, centering pass, intercepted, sent back over and out of the zone. Racing back is Carson. Goes cross ice. Oh, offsides call as barreling in was Dub Eunice, caught Aljack offsides. Chenard moves in. Puck goes over to the far boards, dumped down. Pass Steer, rings around the backside of the net over to Noble. Noble back to Steer. Steer loses it. Comes near side for Noble. Noble picks it up. Noble up the boards to Willis. Stopped at the point. Knocked back down, and Chenard picks it up, sends it back towards the point. Blocked up against the boards. Noble in there. Puck comes loose. Goes up to the point. Point sends it back down again, and now moving towards center. Puck comes in, trickles behind. Steer goes back to pick it up. Comes back. Oh, near side. Shot on Menard, and Chenard sends it back out. Knocked away by Noble, and Menard covers. Saved by Menard. Kais moves in for the puck drop. Ronan and Rogers out there. Kais pushes it ahead. Goes back to Jarvis. Jarvis taps it ahead. Held in at the point. Now it's knocked out. It's Eunice with the puck. Dumps it. Carson tries to get it out. It comes to center. Jarvis back deep. Centering. Goes. Carson takes it down low. It's back in front of the net. Goes back up to the point. The point lines up. Fires a shot. Menard makes a... And we got a trip call on Roan. So penalty kill for the Lions. With 12:57 left, score still 0-0. Roan goes to the penalty box. Kais kicks that out to the point. Point holds it in, rings it back down. Jarvis picks it up. Jarvis up against the boards, back behind the net, sends it out to Carson. Carson tops it ahead for Rogers. Rogers gets the puck. Gets out of the zone. Rogers picks it back up with some room now. Red line, blue line. Rogers down into the offensive zone. Off goes Carson. Out comes Steer and Noble. Jarvis went off too, so puck dumps back down into the corner. Noble racing in, picks it up off the backside. Dumped out of the zone by Noble, back to Iljack. Iljack, red line, gaining some speed, blue line. Loses the puck over to Chenard. Chenard heading out. Chenard moves back to center. Oh, racing in. Puck gets taken away by a Blue Devil and sent back up the far side. Dump by Isle Jack and a line change. Steer races back to pick it up. Giving chase is a Bell for the Blue Devils. Comes back over to Steer side. Steer taken away, centered. Noble knocks it away from Bell and taken back away by the Blue Devils. Blue Devils center. Lining up. Leaves it for it's in traffic. Steer hits it up into the air. And the puck goes back up to the point for the Blue Devils. Roan giving chase. Puck goes near side into the boards. Dumped down into the near corner. Rings around the boards, and Noble's going to pick it up. No, Steer's going to get it. Steer. Noble gets in front. Steer gets tripped up. Gets in there. Puck comes free. Steer kicks it up into the air. Held up against the boards. Raked out by Steer. Steer knocks it down there. Steer going to come off. Noble goes off. Jarvis and Carson come on. Carson comes over to confront. Puck comes back. Knocked away by Carson. Good job by Carson. Didn't have to come free. Rings around the board over to Jarvis's side. Carson covers the center of the net. Puck comes out of the zone all the way back to the red line. Dumped back in for held out by Jarvis. And sent over to Eunice over on the near side. Eunice dumps. Rings around the boards. Looks like Jarvis is going to try to get there, but picked up by a Blue Devil and back behind the net where Rogers moves it out. Rogers off the boards and up to the point. That's Hoyt. Hoyt bringing it down. Hoyt at the point, loses it over. That's Chenard. Kais moving in, gets bumped. Puck comes loose and back to center ice. Dumped in, that's Merrick. Merrick battling for it with Steer. Puck comes loose. Goes over, that's Carson. Picking it up on the near side is Carson. Carson back to center, intercepted by Merrick. Merrick taken away by Corrigan. Corrigan moving out. Corrigan, red line. Corrigan dumps, right into the bench. Corrigan dumped too high and it went into the bench. So that'll be a puck drop in the neutral zone. Far side. 5:43 left in the first. Clock starts and the puck goes down into the far corner. Moving back up into the corner. Now down low. Puck toe drag taken away by Chenard. Battle for it, kind of loose. Now it's dumped back up. Noble keeps it in, but then it's swung on, and now Noble races back to the blue line, picks it up. Noble sends it back up to Chenard, or Corrigan. Corrigan off of Chenard, but then goes back and picks it up. Corrigan tries to get it to the boards. Blue Devils dump. Goes to below the goal line, bounces right back to Noble. Noble circles around the backside of the net. Hits Corrigan in an outlet pass. Corrigan over to Chenard. Chenard dumps from beyond the blue line. No icing, or behind the red line. No icing as the puck was touched. And now down below the goal line, that's Rogers racing in. Puck comes loose up the near side out of the zone. Racing back is Jarvis. Moves back to center. Here comes Merrick. Merrick pivots. Oh, no, that's Isle Jack. Isle Jack on a backhanded shot. Menard makes a save. That was Isle Jack. Pardon that. I thought it was Merrick there for a moment. But puck drop will go on the far side. Nice save by Menard. Good job by Jarvis to get back and at least get a little body in front of that. Merrick shoots again, and Menard makes a save. Menard in position. Good save by Menard. Kais moves in for the puck drop. Pushes it back to the point. Puck loose in front, and Jarvis comes away with it. But then swung down by Isle Jack below the goal line. That's Merrick. Intercepted by Kais. Kais moves it out, knocked away by Isle Jack and up into the Lions bench. We'll have a puck drop. It's off a stick. They're going to look like they're going to put it neutral ice. Defensive side, far side for the Lions. Kais moves in. Roan on the left wing. Rogers on the right. Puck enters the zone with Welch off sides there, and so we'll have a puck drop back in the neutral zone again. Centering pass. Steer knocks that away, loses his stick. Noble has the puck, moves it out. Goes back to Steer. Steer dumps it up to Roan, and Roan passes it to Blue Devil. Back to Noble. Noble. Rogers battling for it up on the far boards. Kais rakes it away, moves back to center, and loses it down below the goal line. Picks it back up, and it comes up the boards and out of the zone. That's Willis racing out there to pick it up. Willis in control. Carson and Jarvis back deep. Wilson moves up unconfronted, crosses the red line, fires from the red line, wide left and into the boards and into the far corner. Picked up by the Blue Devils, dumped back behind the goal. Brought up the near side. And to the point, Carson holds that in. And now the puck comes out of the zone. And Merrick in front looking for a goal. One on none. Merrick beat Jarvis back, and Menard floated in front of Menard and backhanded in on the near side of the net for the first goal of the game with 6:53 left in the first. 1-0 Blue Devils. Puck gets knocked down below the goal line, picked up by Carson. Carson rings it around the boards up to Willis. Willis goes down and gets back to his feet. Puck still up against the boards and comes free. Carson grabs it. Carson down below the goal line. Carson changes directions. Back up the boards to Chenard. Chenard with some room. Chenard dumps and line change for the Lions. Back to center. Noble knocks it back into the offensive zone. Roan goes after it, but then back out to center ice. That goes back to Steer on defense. Steer picks it up. Centering pass to Roan. Kais is racing up to center ice. Puck comes back into the defensive zone. It's going to ring around for Noble. Noble changes direction, sends it under the near boards. Kais off the board, chip pass for Roan. Roan's racing down, and the Blue Devils get there first. Cross ice pass, and Steer takes the puck, sends it down the ice, and now it's Kais. Roan. Rogers moves in. Rogers moves to the center. Picked up by Kais. Noble. Back to center. Noble fires a shot off the goalie's shoulder pad and up into the out of play into the net. 1-0 with 5:04 left in the first. Must have got that first call on the time wrong. Anyway, okay, so Chenard moves in for the puck drop. Corgan right wing, Willis left. Jarvis and Carson back deep. Puck comes free up to Carson. Carson knocks it back down into the corner. Blue Devils gain control and move it back behind the net. Up the near side. Cross ice pass. They're going to call an offsides maybe? Not sure on that. And puck drop will come at center ice with Chenard. At center. Puck goes Corgan side back to Jarvis. Jarvis loses the puck over. Shot comes in on Menard. Save Menard. Menard save again. Now puck goes over in the far corner. Corrigan racing in for it, knocks it out of the zone, and it's one of the cases. Eunice dumps it deep. Menard's going to stop it. Oh! Willis and Roberts collide top of the circles. Carson down deep now. Centering pass. It's behind the net. Picked back up by Blue Devils. Rung around the boards to the far side and then changed the directions by Iojack. Iojack back behind the net. Sends it to an outlet up the near side. Carson blocks that, knocks that back down for Kais. Kais picks it up down below the goal line. Battling for it down low. That's centering pass by Rogers. Picked up by, and spun around Roan. Oh, man. Noble steer back deep. And the puck comes out of the zone back over to the Steer side. Steer racing back. Hits Rogers, and there's an offside call as Newton was still down deep, and the puck came back into the offensive zone for the Blue Devils. So we'll have a puck drop in the defensive side of the neutral zone for the Lions. Chenard. Rome goes off. Chenard moves it in. Puck comes in and handled by the goalie. Picked up by Blue Devils. No icing. Carson's going to pick this up low as American Eunice kind of collided. Puck on the near boards now, and Carson poke checks that away. Goes down to Merrick. Merrick moves to center. Nobles, Rogers, Carson, Willis, and Chenard. And that centering pass by Merrick to Eunice. None of them could stop it, and Eunice slammed it home. That puts the score at 2-0 with 2:47 left in the first. Puck goes over to the far side. That's Iojack moving in. Moves down. Is it Iojack? Yeah. Iojack sends it back up to the point. Point lines up, fires a shot, hits Carson. Willis wings it out of there. That'll be an icing. See, Jarvis Carson back on D. Knocked away over to Jarvis. Jarvis up the boards. Jarvis rings it around the boards over to Carson. Held in, swung in. Jarvis racing after it, moves in, sends it up near boards for Rome. Rome moves back to center, sends it over to soft ice pass for Rogers. Rogers racing down, that's going to hit the goal line. And centering pass. Oh, man, Rogers had a nice centering pass and just out of the reach up there. Anyway, coming back, this is Noble picking it up. Noble changes direction, sends it back over to Steer. Steer up to the point. Point lines up, fires it, goes cross ice into the boards and back out to Noble. Noble rings it around, this time back to Noble by Steers, and then it's ringed around the boards by Noble. Eunice picks it up. Eunice down to Merrick. Merrick centering pass, loose, and knocked away. Roan is still loose in front of the net, and now it's knocked back up to the point. Point. Eunice with the puck now. Centering pass, stopped by Menard. Nice save by Menard. Steer up and over, and now rung out by Rogers, and puck goes flying into the air. Ties loses his stick. Puck still in the zone, and that's Iojack. Hard shot. .47 seconds left in the first period. Blue Devils up 2-1. 2-0. Intercepted by Corrigan. Corrigan moves it out, drags it around, taken away by the Blue Devils. Near side. Into the zone. Centering pass, cross ice. Carson confronting. Carson takes the puck away. Carson. Shipping. Jarvis goes down. Here comes the shot. Oh, a centering pass more for Granger. Granger rings it down low with 12 seconds left. Jarvis picks it up. Jarvis up to Willis. Willis with 7, 6, 5, 4. This ought to do it for the period as the puck goes down in the corner. So after 1, the score is 2-0 Blue Devils. Take a quick break for those of you at home. 2-0 after 1. Be back shortly. How's it going, man?
Nice to see you.
Hands getting cold. This rain's a little. I should have brought a glove.
Oh, well, it's fun listening to you talk. I always forget how much fun it is.
Good. Okay, goalies switch in. Menard's at the far end now. Looks like Kai's will take this puck drop. Jarvis and Carson out there on D. Jarvis and Carson out on D. Kai's Chenard takes the puck away. And Rogers is the lineup. 2-0 after 1. Carson with the puck sends it over towards Chenard. Or no, check that. That's Roan. I should have known that. Roan. It's Jarvis with the puck up against the boards. Blue Devils in there battling for it. Comes free and now out of the zone. And racing after it is Rogers coming right at us. Blue Devils pick it up. Rogers does a stick lift. And back up the boards as Steer and Noble come out on the ice. Oh, Steer goes down. Centering pass. Puck comes up the near side, racing up. Steer tries to catch it with the stick, rings around the backside of the boards. Drop pass, and that shot's right into Roan's shins. Menard knocks that down, sends it into the near side. Noble gets the puck checked away. Down low, puck comes all the way back. That's Blue Devils sending it all the way back down. So no ice in there. Goalie stops it, sends it back up to a player. Puck in front of the net, picked up, fired, goal! Corrigan! They left the puck in front of the net, and Corrigan slams it home for the first goal of the game for the Lions. That was truly a mistake by the Blue Devils. Had the puck in front of the net. Out came the line shift for the Lions, full steam, and Corrigan picked it up and fired it. Conley was caught off guard. He thought his own player had the puck, and goal, Corrigan. Puck behind the net now. Score 2-1 with 13 minutes left in the second period. Puck comes back up to the point, backhanded back down, and Carson tries to knock it ahead, picked up, centered, and that's Jarvis knocking it out of the center. Goes down low, fired shot, Menard makes a save. Taken away by Corrigan, knocked off to Jarvis. Willis picks it up. Willis behind the net. Sent back up to the point by the Blue Devils and Menard. Puck loose, comes back up. All the way over. Good job by Menard. Puck fired back in, intercepted by Carson. Carson moves wide. Fires shot, is loose in front of the net and covered by Conley. Puck checked away by Noble, picked up by Kais. Kais puck protects. Centers. It's loose in front of the net. And Conley finally covers. That was Roan. Blue Devils up 2-1. Drop pass, sent it back near side. Intercepted by Rogers and taken away by Kais. Kais tries to center, but then it's knocked to the boards, and Blue Devils heading the other direction. That's intercepted by Steer. Steer sends it into the Blue Devils, and now Noble gains control, but moves around the backside of the net. Puck goes by everybody. It goes down. It's going to be picked up by the Blue Devils. Racing in is Rogers. Rogers tries to stick up. Sends Blue Devils send it back towards the goalie. And now the Blue Devils, that's Merrick sending it cross ice back deep. Is beat is Carson, and no goal first. I think Menard, it went off the backside of Menard and in. Carson, somehow a player was deep behind Carson, and Jarvis was taking the player coming down the near side, and that shot went off the post, hit Menard's backside and went in for a 3-1 lead by the Blue Devils. Merrick controlled the puck, and Menard now makes a glove save and a stop. 10:57 left in the second. Blue Devils up 3-1. Blue Devils up to the defenseman. He fires it in. It's in front of the net. And that one's redirected by the Blue Devils and in with 10:51. So 2 quick successive goals. And line change for the Lions. Both lines for the Lions now let a goal in this period. Looks like they're leaving Steer and Carson out there on D. Switch the D up. It's Steer and Carson. Kais, Roan, and Rogers. Scores 4-1 with 10:46 left in the second. Puck drop will come in the neutral zone. Offensive side. Back to the Blue Devils defense. That's Hoyt. Hoyt sends it to an outlet of Newton. Newton back up to Steer. Stick lifts. Takes the puck away. Goes around the backside of the net. Steer off the boards and up for Rogers. Rogers over. Steer runs into somebody and Back up to Roan into the offensive zone. Roan stays with it, kicks it with his foot, and then Blue Devils take control backside of the net. But Kais, that's Rogers bringing around the backside. Kais is going off. I'm not sure. Maybe he's tired. Steer intercepts that, sends it. Oh, get back. There we go. Steer stays with it. Goes down, and shot comes in from Chenard. Steer going off, and back deep, still Jarvis. On comes Carson. Chenard fires. Oh, hits the post. Oh, just wide left on a shot by Chenard. Rebound shot. And now pinned up against the boards, Corrigan. Blue Devils take control, move it back towards center. Chenard giving chase. Back checking. Carson out there. Kai's out there. Jarvis rings around, stopped by Menard. Jarvis in control. Jarvis sends it up right into Merrick, and taken away by Point. Holds it in for the Blue Devils. Swung down low. That's Iojak sending it around far side corner. Down low again, taken away by Carson. Carson hits his outlet. Chenard tries to get it through everybody, and Corrigan and Kais off the boards. Kais goes down. That goes back for Carson to pick up. Carson circles in front of the net, hits an outlet of Chenard. Chenard can't get it out of the zone. That's Merrick knocking it away. Carson, Chenard loses his stick. Puck down low. Centering pass. Knocked away by Carson, then back up the far boards. Out of the zone by Chenard. Racing back. Blue Devils take control. Kais gives chase. Roan holds it in. Sends it up to Rogers. Oh, knocked away. That comes back to center. Hoyt comes out of the zone. Steer racing back. Offsides. They must have called him offsides. I didn't see who was off. Must have just barely been offside. So with 8:01 left, Blue Devils up 4-1 in the second. Menard sends that back to the board. Steer picks it up. Steer sends it into the far boards. Out of the zone. Blue Devils in control, center ice. Taken away by Willis. Roan. Back over to the near side. That's Noble to Rogers, who centers it, but Ross and Roan battle for it, and Ross and Newton get it out. Steer picks it up, circling. Steer tries to get it to Rogers, and it's tipped. Nice hustle by the Blue Devils. Centering pass comes back to the Point. Point tries to fire one and knocked away a little bit by Kais. That hits a post and out. Steer with the puck now. Steer back to, sends it to the Point, and taken away by Corrigan. Corrigan moves back to center, leaves it for Kais, and Kais fires. Goalie. And Eunice picks it up in front of the net and moves it up. Outlet pass down deep. Jarvis. Eunice back down, sends it deep for Merrick. Merrick tries to center, knocked off of Jarvis's skate. Back to center now. Backhanded shot comes in, hits the boards hard. Nice backhand by the Blue Devils. Point holds that in, sends it back down to the near corner. That's Eunice trying to backhand. Fisher ducks. Shot comes in. Menard makes a glove save and stoppage. 6:15 clock's running. 6:15, 14, 13. No stoppage of the clock. 6:10, 6:8. 4-1. There the clock stops. So 6:08 left in the second. Blue Devils up 4-1. And we got a timeout on the ice. not sure which team called the timeout, but we'll take it here, and I'll enjoy the break with them. All right, out on the ice. Looks like Steer, Noble. Kai's going in for the puck drop. Sent back to the point. Carson might be playing a little offense on Kai's. Yep, I think Carson's playing offense because Noble and Steer back deep. Offsides, as Steer doesn't hold that in. Carson on the left wing. Kai's moves in. Puck goes back to Steer, sends it over to Noble's way, and then Blue Devils getting control. Carson. Noble. Steer knocks that back to the boards as it came in for a centering pass. Now it goes back. Steer battling for it. Puck comes back to the point. Knocked in. It's Noble getting a piece of that with his stick. Blue Devils gain control, send it up to the far point. Far point right back down in the corner, off the boards and around. Racing over Steer in the corner. Steer pins the player up against the boards. Puck comes free, and that's Kai's in control, looking for the pass. Intercepted, but knocked ahead. Carson racing in. And the Blue Devils, Roberts takes it around the backside of the net. Ooh, loses it. That's Rogers in control. Oh, man, Rogers had an opportunity there, and no. Steer with the puck. Steer gets it taken away, and toe drag around Corrigan. Jarvis back deep. Move. As Jack tries to center, and Jarvis. Corrigan picks it up. Corrigan in control, sends it out of the zone. Blue Devils. Oh, that's offsides. There we go. All right. Newton was still down deep as the Blue Devils took the puck across the blue line. So we'll have a puck drop on the defensive side of the neutral zone for the Lions. Chenard battling for it, sends it over. That's Rowan playing defense, sends it up to Corrigan. Corrigan gets it down into the zone, into the corner sharp. Chenard giving chase. Ryan Chenard in there battling for it. Eagle River Ross, Blue Devils, sends it up to an outlet. Roan over in front of Newton. Toe drag doesn't work on Roan. Roan down in the corner now, playing defense. Roan up the boards to Corrigan. Roan in control, taps it ahead. Nice job, Chenard. Peels off for a line change. Out comes Carson. Kai's, and that goes back to Noble. Noble in control, sends it back over to Steer. Steer sends it up to Rogers. Rogers gets knocked off the puck, and Puck comes in, goes into the far corner. Carson playing offense. Back over to Steer's side. Puck comes free. Kai's Steer knocks it back over to Jarvis. Jarvis into the far corner. That's out of the zone. That'll be an icing though if it gets down here. And there it is. Icing on the Lions. Puck will go all the way back down into the defensive zone near side. .224 left in the second. 4-1 Blue Devils. Blue Devils on top. Puck comes to center. That's Roan. Steer goes down low to fight for it. Comes up the near boards. Centering pass intercepted by Roan. Circles around the backside of the net. Roan changes directions. Roan sends it over to Steer. Steer back over to Roan. Roan up to Carson. Carson off. Oh, Carson goes down, loses a stick. Puck goes down low. Steer's going to pick it up below the net. Steer bounces it over to Rogers, and it's held back in and dumped down and ringed around the boards. That's Roan sending it back up for Kais. Kais centers it, intercepted by Ilejack. Ilejack down low. Steer giving chase, centering pass. Right into the stick of Newton. Nice centering pass by Ilejack to Newton for the 5th goal of the game for the Blue Devils. Battle for it on the far boards as Noble comes away with it. Noble sends it up, goes back to center. Shot comes in. Menard, glove save. Nice shot by Menard there in the center. .49 seconds left in the second. Blue Devils up 5-1. Noble brings it around the boards up towards Oregon. Out of the zone. That's Jarvis knocking it out of the zone, but still in control of the Blue Devils. That's Newton sending it down. Noble off the boards, back up towards Willis. Willis in control on the boards, and then taken away by the Blue Devils. Centering pass, Jarvis. Ooh, and just at the buzzer, the shot goes high and right by the Blue Devils. So at the end of 2, it's 5-1 Blue Devils. You can see that clock or not, but be back shortly for the 3rd. My hand gets cold a little bit, but yeah.
You did a good job announcing.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. barely figure out which kid it is, and you know all of them already.
Well,
Quite a few.
my kid played with some of the Blue Devils on All-Star team, AK Blades, and so I know by skating style, I know some of them.
Sure.
Yeah, but not all of them. I don't know all your Blue Devils by heart. Okay, welcome back here for the third period action between the Blue Devils and the Lions. We're at Jack Dempsey, Rink 2. Some of the Blue Devil parents migrated back down to this end again. Score's 5-1. Blue Devils are on top after 2. Menard makes his final shift down to this end. Final switch. Out comes Carson and Jarvis. Puck drop goes to Carson back on defense. Puck drop goes to Kais. Roan out there with Rogers. Rogers chasing down a loose puck. Knocks at it. And comes back up. Kais moves it back to center. Moves it into the zone. But the Blue Devils take control. Move it back out. Blue Devils. Puck checked away by Carson. Dumped in by the Eunice. And Merrick. Sorry, checked out Merrick. Carson in control. Merrick, centering pass. Jack loose in front, and Jack hits Menard square in the face, bounces back out. Puck comes in, and Menard covers. Nice save by Menard. Schnarr moving in. Comes over Noble's way. Willis. Oh, right between Willis's feet. And that's sent over Eunice over to puck comes in. Menard sends it back into the board. Steer. Battling for it. Eunice. Back to Eunice again. That's Greninger and Eunice playing a little catch. Up to the point. Point fires it in. Menard makes a save. And Steer battling for it. Oh, man. That's whacked a stick out. Come on. Oh, well. Now, Willis knocks it up to the point. Point fires a shot. Willis hits Willis in the hip. That's swung down by Newton. Noble picks it up. Noble battling for it with Eunice. And Newton comes away with it. Newton. Taken away by Corrigan. Corrigan moving out red line. Blue line moves back to his right. Fires a shot. Wide right and rings around the near side. Up past Carson back deep. Carson goes down. Shot comes in. Ooh, man. That's Jack that got around Carson just briefly for that shot. Merrick now firing low, wide left. Carson knocks it up to the point for Corrigan. Corrigan off the boards to himself. Up to Kais. Kais moving out red line. Kais, blue line. Down low. Kais battling for it, and Blue Devils come away with it. Cross ice pass. Another cross ice pass. Welch was trying to hit Merrick there. I'm not sure what the call was. Maybe an offsides. I bet Merrick was reaching for the puck and got in offsides. So puck drop is center ice for Kais. Back deeper, Carson and Jarvis. Newton moving down low. Jarvis fires on Menard. Newton gets to go 5-hole through Menard's pads, but then it wasn't in the net. And on the backside of Menard, Newton slammed it home. Eunice slammed it home on the Newton pass for Newton. That puts the score at 6-1 with 12:04 left in the third, left in the game, actually. So here we go. Blue Devils in control. Moving down low. Newton fires it right into Menard's skate, and Noble gains control. Noble moves out. Noble gets... Steer goes to the penalty box. I don't know. I didn't see it. I saw somebody reach out and grab Noble's skate, but I didn't see it. So down a man. Steer went to the penalty box on that. It looks like from the sounds of the Eagle River, it sounds like Eunice and Steer were getting into it a little bit. So 11:32 left. Puck goes all the way down into the no icing call, all the way down to the offensive zone with the Blue Devils in control. It's Corrigan giving chase. Roan. That's Carson sending that back. Knocked away by Roan. Back up to Iojak. Iojak fires, and Menard makes the save. Kais moves in. Wells sends it back to the point. Point fires it in, goes wide left. That's Newton picking up in the corner. Carson giving back up to the point. Point fires in, knocked down by Noble. 36 seconds left on the penalty. Eunice in control of the puck, centers. Newton fires high into the boards, swings around back over for Iojak. Iojak drops it for Wells. Wells tries to center it, goes back to the point. Fired in, wide left, and Merrick over to Iojak. Iojak backhands it over to Welch. Welch back to Iojak. Welch, Eunice. Eunice tried to get it over to Newton and chased out of the reach. Full strength, Steer comes out on the ice. Shot comes in, hits Menard, knocks it over in the corner. Taken away. Pass over to Welch. Welch. Shot wide left. Blue Devils in control, move it back in. Shot. Menard stops 2. Third one. Menard stops 3. And Carson gets it to come free. Brings it around the boards. That'll be an icing. It gets there, and it does. They say, no. They say, play it. No icing as Chenard barreled in on the play. Puck down low on the backside. 6-1 with 9:16 left in the game. Back deep is Jarvis. Jarvis picks it up. Dumps it off the boards and up to Willis. Willis moves in. He's got control of the puck, centers it. Intercepted by Blue Devils. And back up the ice come the Blue Devils. That goes by everybody and back to Noble on defense. Noble in control. Noble looking for an outlet. Sends it up to Corrigan. Corrigan taken away by the Blue Devils. Offsides on the Blue Devils, and Eunice and Roberts race in. I think maybe caught, I don't know who they caught offsides there, but puck drop on the near side, neutral zone, defensive side for the Lions. Dumped in, Newton taps it. Carson sends it right back out. That's off the, and now the Blue Devils moving in. Welch. Carson gets it to come free. Knocks it around the boards. Steer, stops, intercepts, Steer, sends it up to the point. Knocked back down low. Centering pass. Corrigan. That goes out of the zone. Welch sends it back to Casey, and it goes out of the zone. That goes back to Carson on D. Carson sends it over to Steer. Steer changes directions up the boards to Chenard. Chenard dumps too far, too hard. That'll be an icing as the goalie lets it go below the goal line. So we'll have a puck drop clear back down into the defensive zone for the Lions. Jarvis and Noble come out on G. Looks like Kais will move in for the puck drop. Ronan Rogers on the wings. Kais moves in. Comes to center. Jarvis. Centering. Oh, man. Iojack centered that almost off of player and into the net. Jarvis now moving near side. Jarvis. Iojack takes away from Jarvis. Moves back to center. Toe drags, fires, Noble, knocks it in the far side. That's Rogers off the boards and out of the zone. Iojack now sends it back in. He's on Noble. In control. Oh, sends it up to Kais. Kais out of the zone. Cross ice passes to Roan. Roan moves back to center. Taps it ahead to Rogers and just out of the reach of Rogers. And Blue Devils back in control. Blue Devils up the near side. Cross ice pass back to center. Steer in front. Steer knocks the puck up into the air and back into the boards. Noble. Noble has room. Moves up the center. Noble. Blue line. Noble. Red line. Noble. Blue line. Loses the puck as he gains the zone. And back out of the zone it goes. Steer intercepts that pass. And Eunice knocks Steer off his... So Blue Devil goes to the penalty box. So for a minute 30 penalty, power play, Lions. 6:26 left in the third, down 6-1. Puck drops. Blue Devils in control. Steer holds it in, dumps it down. Willis giving chase. Taken over by the Blue Devils. Blue Devils down in the corner. Moving it back out. Steer backpedaling. Steps up. Leaves the puck for Corrigan. Knocks it back down into the corner. Rings around the boards near side. Puck comes free. Newton dumped it down low. Willis picked it up, though. Now there's a fight for it behind the net with 5:46 left. 48 seconds left on the power play. Blue Devils take control. Back deep, Steer, Noble. Or Steer Carson. Puck comes back to center. And they're going to call Newton offsides as Welch straddled the blue line, didn't quite bring the puck in, and I think Newton came in before the puck, so I'll have a puck drop in the neutral zone. Defensive side for the Lions. Kais moves in. Noble comes over to Noble's side. Noble goes up the gut. Noble, red line, moves to his right. Taps it over to Kais. Kais. Roan. Centers it. Oh! Shot on a goal by Rogers. And with 14 seconds left on the penalty power play, the Lions will go on a 5-on-3 power play with another Blue Devil sent to the box. 5-on-3, and the Blue Devils send it back. That's Noble. Noble collects, moves around one player, sends it down for Roan. Roan back to Noble. 5 seconds, 4 on that, and centering pass intercepted back to Noble. Noble lines up, fires a shot, deflected by Kais, and back up to Noble. Noble lines up again, fires again. Goal! Five on four power play goal by Noble. Puck, goal line, Noble knocks it back out. Shot comes in, there's 4:20 left. Menard makes a save. That hits the backside of the net, and Noble clears it back onto the near side. Steer gains control off the boards, back to himself. Around Iajak. This time off the boards again, and taken away. Noble back to Steer. Around well, Steer up the far side. Taken away. Noble. No, that's Chenard. Noble picks it up on the behind the net, sends it back up to Willis, back to Noble. Noble brings it around for Steer. Steer taps it up as he pins a player against the boards. Now, Willis with some room, red line, blue line. Willis goes around Hoyt, and then Blue Devils take control, goes up the boards to Carson. Carson lets it out, and they have to check back up. Rogers moves in. Rogers moves to his right. Centers it, nobody home. Goes cross ice into the boards. Carson in control, waiting for everybody to get back on side, and Rogers was not. There'll be a puck drop in the neutral zone. Puck goes back to Carson, over to Steer. Steer, over to Roan. Kais. Steer chips it ahead to Rogers, knocked back to Steer. Steer knocks it towards the goal, and then back over. Eunice takes control of it, sends it down low. Battle for it. Goalie goes down and covers the corner. Puck by the net there. They're going to say the goalie had it pinned, I think. So we'll have a puck drop on the offensive side, near side. Carson, Steer, fires, and then it goes into the center and knocked away by the defense. Steer racing back. Steer covers, slides in and covers the pass over to the Eunice. Carson moving out. Red line. Roan. Slides it in towards the goalie. Loose in front of the net. Picked up by Blue Devils. Blue Devils backhanded up the boards, and that's Kai's in there battling for it. Puck goes around the backside. Blue Devil loses a stick. And that goes back up to the point to Jarvis. Jarvis sends it right back down to Rogers. Rogers centers, nobody there. Back into the boards. And Noble drops back deep with Jarvis. And Noble racing back to pick this up. An icing call on the Blue Devils. Minute 8 left in the game. 6-2 Blue Devils on top. Jarvis and Noble come off. Steer and Carson go on. Puck drop goes to Chenard over towards Willis. In front of the net. Swiped at and just wide left by Chenard, I believe. And that puck rings around the boards over into the corner. Picked up back up by the Blue Devils. Blue Devils behind the net. Moved back out. Carson back deep. Steer back. Steer intercepts the pass. Knocked away into the boards by Blue Devils. Carson picks it up. Carson up the boards to Willis. Willis moves it into the zone. Willis toe drags, moves it to center. Knocked off his feet, and puck ends up over in the far corner. Blue Devils moving around the backside. 28 seconds left. Centering pass. Oh, Corrigan had it for a moment. Blue Devils moving out. Around Steer. Carson going back deep. Steer racing back. Carson in front. Centering pass. Steer dives and knocks that down. Centering pass by Welch to Newton. Knocked away by Carson. Tapped ahead to Corrigan. Corrigan. Welch, 2 seconds. One, that'll do it. As the Blue Devils win 6-2. And that'll do it from Jack Dempsey Ice Arena Rink 2. As the Lions go 1-1 for the day. They've got the Oilers in the morning and All-Stars in the afternoon tomorrow. So we'll see you back here tomorrow.